Gold isn't just going up. It's doing something we haven't seen since the 1970s. And almost nobody understands what happens next. Because this isn't just a rally. It is a multi-phase shift in the global financial system. And we are only in the beginning. If you own stocks, bonds, real estate, or anything priced in dollars, what's coming next could completely change how wealth works. So let's break it down simply. This is where we are right now. Not panic, not chaos, just silent buying. After 2022, when global reserves were frozen, something changed behind the scenes. Central banks realized one thing. If assets can be frozen, they're not truly yours, so what did they do? They started moving into one asset that can't be printed or seized easily, gold. And they've been buying at record levels ever since. Here's the important part. This is not retail hype. This is not social media noise. This is governments repositioning quietly. That's why most people still don't see it. This is where things change fast. Phase 2 begins when central banks are forced to print money, not by choice, but by necessity. Here is why debt is exploding, interest payments are rising. Trillions need refinancing, and the system is already under pressure. At some point, there's only one option left: print. Not slowly, but aggressively. Every central bank says they won't do it. But history shows the same pattern every time. When faced with collapse, they choose printing over pain, always. This is the end game. And no, we're not there yet. But here's how it works. Higher rates, higher debt costs, higher debt, more borrowing. More borrowing, even higher rates. It becomes a loop. Until one thing happens. The central bank steps in and buys everything. That's when currencies weaken, and gold moves from optional to essential. Now, here's what can speed this up dramatically. Oil. Every major oil shock in history has been followed by a surge in gold. Not sometimes, not often, every single time. Because energy shocks trigger inflation. And inflation forces more money printing. Here's something most people miss. Gold is rising, but the crowd still isn't in. In fact, money has been leaving gold-related investments even while prices go up. What does that mean? This move is still early. The public hasn't arrived yet. When systems get unstable, money rotates into hard assets, real value scarcity. That's why gold, silver, and energy keep showing up in every major cycle. So the real question isn't, is gold going up? The real question is, which phase are we entering next? Because each phase moves faster and hits harder. If you want to stay ahead of these shifts, not react to them late, subscribe now, because the next phase won't wait for anyone.